Neverland. Everybody's favorite good guy slash bad guy. Superman. Rent to Own. Part 17. Deuces. I'm going to give you about 9 seconds. You know how it's said, parents, guardians, babysitters. Get the kids out of the room. The reason why I do this little space in between is so you can actually pick up what I'm throwing down. You can pause it. You can stop the video. And you can actually get the children out of the room. Anybody younger than 18, of course. Probably be using some language. So, 9 seconds, I guess. Go ahead. Pinky's up. Oh. Got some calm music in the background. Kids out of the room now? Hold on. Excuse me. Alright, time's up. So, I want to talk to you guys. I had a whole different idea for this one, but my channel, I get to switch it. I'll just save that for maybe another time. 3s dressed up as 9s. I've been wanting to do this one for forever now, for ages. Oh, where do I start? Where do I start? Now, holy fucking shit. That's a good start, right? Nothing burns me more, nothing really fucking gets to me more than people that give good face, right, in front of you, and then either A, stab you in the back, behind your back, or B, just they're a belligerent asshole in real life, for real. Now, little disclaimer. I used to be like that back when I was younger, but I grew up. I've said this before. You're not making yourself look that great, especially if you're, say, dealing with people or talking to even one individual person who's perceptive, intelligent, intelligible, same thing, I guess. Yeah. And they observe. They know you. You know, they got to know you face to face or on the phone or texting or whatever the hell. They got to know you, okay? So give them some credit, just a little bit. You know, you have to, because they know what you're like. They know your mannerisms. They know all about you. Maybe not all about you, but they know about you. You know what I'm saying? You motherfuckers? Give them a break. And then, it doesn't make any sense to me, I mean, from either side of the fence, sometimes when those people are called out on their bullshit, something on the side causes everything to be dramatic. Oh, ooh, to be or not to be. Like, it makes no sense to me. It makes no fucking sense to me. Example. Say you've known somebody for a while, or you've been working with them for a while, say, just for an example, because that's pretty intimate, right? You're working with somebody. You know, they're all nicey nice and everything, you know, you guys work well together, and, you know, whatever the case may be. Or you're working for somebody, and they turn around and tell somebody else, which is, I don't know, maybe they work well with somebody else too at the same time, maybe they're intimate with somebody else. They tell them, behind your back, that, you know, the exact opposite of what you are. It's just, I'm trying to generalize, because this could take a fucking long time. Don't you think that doesn't get back to the same person you were talking to initially? Because they're going to hear about that. They're going to hear that you said that, because word travels fast, especially if it's a really small, enclosed, intimate environment. And when it does, that changes the opinion of you that just did that to them. Hello? I mean, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Be you. Be real, but be you. You're going to have reservations about, you know, say you get pissed off or something, and it might switch you around a little bit in front of them. You're going to have things that they might not like about your character, but you're not supposed to be well liked all around. I mean, if you are, then good for you. You consider yourself lucky. I, for one, am not one to worry about that anymore. I used to back then when I was being an asshole. I mean, I still can. I mean, I'm just as guilty. Come on. I mean, I'm not perfect, and neither are you. So, maybe I'm not wearing the right shirt today, right? It really bothers me that people would do that. They're two-faced. I never understood that. That's kind of something that you leave behind in, say, I don't know, elementary, junior high school, around that area, right? Or grade school, whatever you guys call it. It's playground behavior. It's a life of pretend and imagination. And the thing that also bothers me about that, speaking of imagination, if you're using that imagination that you claim you have, and a lot of you do, especially when you're acting like that, you have an imagination, which shows that you have at least a little bit of intelligence, a little bit of observational skills, perceptiveness, consideration. Why would you use your power for evil? Why wouldn't you just use it for good? It's a lot easier, you don't have to lie to somebody than try to, chase your tail and try to cover up your tracks. Right? It doesn't make any sense to me. It does not make any sense to me. I've worked under people before, and I've got to be careful here too, because, there's a bunch of sneaky, venomous people watching me, and they're the same type. Worked underneath people before that were like that. Very much so. And somehow, through my hard work and my dedication to my job at the time, and even loyalty to those people, somehow I managed to dodge that, And of course it would be misconstrued and be taken the other way, like I was just riding the coattails of somebody. No. The truth of the matter is, I've been in very dramatic, small, enclosed, intimate environments. And I'm just talking about working with people, just an example. It's all relative, at least I hope. I hope you can relate to this, and if you can, get out of there. Worked in environments where it's a lot of he said, she said. It's a lot of water cooler talk, gossip. It's pretty damaging, especially if you're trying to do an honest job. Like you're literally trying to do an honest, hard day's work, where all you have in your own life is literally, it's pretty cool music playing in the background of this. This is awesome. Speaking of dramatic, bring in the strings. Literally just trying to do an honest day's work. You've done it in your sleep. You've done this for a long time so far. You're just trying to stay straight ahead. You're trying to help people. Imagine that. Using your powers for good. This old asshole that I used to be is using his powers for good. I don't have any power. I have experience. I don't want you guys to misconstrue that as ego, because it's not. I'm an entertainer first, so naturally I love people. I love to help people. I love to help people. You give me the platform to do so, I'm going to do that. That's what I do. That's what I've always done. And I've been backbitten. People talking behind my back saying, and I could, and everybody makes mistakes too at the same time. You gotta consider that. Like, say you forget to clean something, or you forget to... And they talk about that only. They don't give a damn about you and what good you're doing for their company, or what you're doing to help your own team members. They don't give a damn. They want the juicy stuff. They want the fucking, well, he did this, and oh, that's so terrible, and then they share that around. Don't you think that it doesn't come back to that one person that's just trying to do their fucking job? This honest dude, this good person, or at least he's trying to be a good person. Or her. trying to do their job. Pretty snaky, man. It's pretty poisonous. You can't be like that. Especially if you let the inmates run the asylum. You can't be like that. It's not good. And you will answer for that someday. And it's going to be a harsh lesson when you do, and then you'll feel like the world's falling in around you. Karma comes to collect, right? Don't be a flip-flopper. Don't be a flopping fish on the side of the sandbank or whatever, the beach, and all of a sudden say, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, and you're dead. Be honest. Just be a good person. Be a person, fuck's sakes. You know? Show some consideration, some compassion. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. I know, and here I am vlogging, right? This comes from a long line of being beaten down. I mean, head shoved under water, waterboarding. I mean, you know, it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. Don't be two-faced. Don't be fucking two-faced. Being two-faced, it does. It uses up a lot more energy than it does to be straight up and straight ahead with a person, to be honest. You know, if you're the type of person that says what's on your mind, like I am, it's not hard. You think before you speak, though. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Girl. Right? Don't. And the thing I was thinking of was pick a target. Don't pick a target and just go after them with anything that they either slipped up with or made a mistake on. Why don't you, like, I don't understand this either. There's just so many layers to this bullshit, I know. 3 is dressed up as a 9. Don't pinpoint their mistakes. Don't criticize them. Because if they're that damn good of a person or that damn good of a worker, fucking praise them a little bit. You know? Because you never know. You don't know people. Obviously, if you're going to be acting like that behind somebody else's back, you obviously don't fucking know people. Be there for them. You know, give them a compliment. You know, don't give them a shady compliment, not a backhanded one. Backhanded compliments, that's a whole different fucking subject. Compliment them on what they're doing, first of all. You know, it doesn't take that much energy to say great job, or I really like the way you did this. Keep it up. You're doing great. You don't hear that anymore. You know, you really don't. And it's because of shifty people. 3s dressed up as 9s. I'll never understand that. I will never understand that. All that does to a person is cause more stress. You know, it makes them not want to do their job, makes them not want to get out of bed, makes them not want to face the public. It's not just work, it could be just in general. It could be doing anything. Anything. Just be a good person. You know? Instead of, like, hating on somebody, give them a hug. You don't know what they've been through. You know, you might think you know somebody. You really don't. Unless you take the time to get to know somebody, for fuck's sakes. Something to think about. Where's brain meat? Use brain meat. Brain meat. Pinky's up. Be there for each other. Be there to fucking help somebody. If you're in a good position, use that to your advantage. To the advantage. Be there to help somebody. Obviously, you're good at what you do to some certain degree. For it could be, you know, anything. I'm just talking as a general. Obviously, you're in a position that you're in because either you've done it for a long time or you're really good at what you do. Why wouldn't you give advice to somebody else that needs your help? Why wouldn't you be there to help them? You know. Side note to that, too, you know, people are always worried about somebody else taking their spot. Fuck it. It's just a waste. It's worry. That's all it is. It's worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Like, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. A really good friend of mine, a mentor of mine. Imagine that. Took a chance on this kid, back then. And always told me, be careful who you fuck on the way up, because you gotta fuck them on the way back down, or they'll fuck you on the way back down. On your way back down. Truer words never spoken. It's okay. You'll get yours for acting that way. You'll get yours. You'll get yours. And it's very unhealthy at the same time. I gotta keep that in the front of my lobe. It's very unhealthy to be vengeful and to laugh at somebody else's misfortune after they have treated somebody like that. I mean, it's one of those deals, man. Everybody gets theirs. Trust me, I've gotten mine. Big time. Huge. I made some mistakes in my past. A lot of mistakes in my past that I'm not proud of. I'll be the first fucking guy to tell you. At least I'm being honest with you. I'm just hoping that some of these, speaking along the same line, some of these vlogs, these videos, will touch somebody's heart and say, yeah, I can relate to that. I don't do it for me, I'm not the fathead I once was with the ego, and the nose longer than my face is. And that's pretty fucking long. I mean, have you seen this? I just decided to be a better person. I decided to be there for other people. And I really enjoy it. Turns out, oh wow, I got the news flash, I really enjoy being there for somebody else. I give a lot of love to people. That's why I came up with this one, because it makes no sense to me. I'm not trying to rationalize anything. I'm just saying it out loud. My thought process and where I'm coming from. Where I'm coming from. And if that helps one person out there, I've done my job. And I'm proud to do so. And again, it's the good sense of pride. It's not ego. That's what the running joke is when I'm wearing a Superman t-shirt. Or I'm saying Superman. Or you see a symbol in the background, or whatever. That's the joke. Because I used to think I was. No. Because I was a 3, dressed up as a 9. It's very humbling. It's very... I want to say trend-setting. Trend-setting is what I had in my brain right there. But I don't think it's quite caught on yet. It takes a really intelligent person with a lot of really horrible and positive experiences at the same time to really throw yourself forward and say, you know what, I'm just going to fucking give her. I'm built this way. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go straight ahead. And you know what it took? It took a lot of slaps in the face for me. From dear, dear friends of mine. From people that I've grew up around. And I say grew up, I mean like from, say, early 20s on to now. And I'm still in the process of growing up, I don't think you're ever done. I don't think it's one thing that you can say, yeah, I woke up today and, oh, yeah, I feel more mature. It's not that. It's not that. It takes a long time. But if you're a person that has made it this far in that same sort of theory, then good for you. I love people like you. Because you've already built the character in yourself to know better, to use your power for good. Good's the way to be. It's the new in thing. It's the new cool. Try it. Stop talking about people behind their backs. How about you start asking them what's wrong? Either with what they're doing or how they're behaving. Why not just take them aside? Take them for a coffee. Get to know them. It's amazing the people you'll be close to in your life. And I count my lucky fucking stars that I'm close to who I am close to. Because they define me. Some of you watching me right now, I love you because you define me. I'm not doing this by myself. I had to learn to let that stubborn part of me go too. because that's also shifty. It's two-faced. Two-faced doesn't necessarily mean when you're dealing with other people, you can be two-faced to yourself. I decided to stop being like that. I'm not saying I'm the best person in the world. I'm just saying that I'm the best at doing what I'm doing because I've already been through a lot of fucking bullshit. And that's not ego. It's experience. It's honesty. In closing, people need to practice what they preach. They need to be ground setters. They have to set the example. Clean yourself up first before you start giving somebody advice. Don't treat people like shit. They might help you in the long run. And don't build up a person just to take everything away. That's horseshit and you fucking know it. Enough with the dramatics. Enough with the childish behavior. You're more mature than that. At least I would hope so. Just enough. You don't need to do that anymore. Old habits die hard, I understand that, but you don't need to do that anymore. Be better for yourself so you can be there for other people. And that's the whole pay it forward thing. Maybe I'm talking crazy talk, but at least I make sense to myself when I'm thinking about things before I say them. Maybe I didn't have the right words to use, but just trying to bring a point across. Stop being an ignorant jackass. Be helpful. Love the one you're with. Enough with the immature behavior. You're older than that. You should know better by now. Unless you've been living underneath of a rock and you haven't really experienced much, you should know better. And you do know better. Be there to help somebody else. Don't help yourself. Help somebody else. It's very rewarding. You'll see how rewarding it really is. I'm not the best person to be giving advice, but hey, I do what I can. And that's all I can do. Thanks for watching me so far. I really want to thank everybody for paying attention and giving me a lot of love. It's not about me. This isn't about me. There's a lot of aspects of me in there, but I don't do it for me. I mean, it is therapeutic. I do this for you, you know. Provide some entertainment, or at least provide good moral value somehow. That's my focus. I try to use my power for good. So, and plus I'm laid out right now, so I mean, what else am I going to do? Right? I can't exactly go outside or nothing, thank God. Seriously though, if you're a 3 dressed up as a 9, I feel very sorry for you. I feel very bad for you. Because people do see straight through that. Something to think about. Anyways, Neverland, on that note, I want to thank you for indulging me so far. You know, this series is great. You know, I've gotten a lot of positive feedback, a lot of negative stuff too, but a lot of positive, and that's what I focus on. I'll keep doing this if you guys really want me to. That's fine with me. And apparently you guys want me to, so there it is. You get to see this ugly mug some more, right? I've said this before, but I've never meant it as much. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Love the one next to you. Doesn't matter who it is, friend, family, doesn't matter. Show respect, show compassion, and show some consideration. Just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. Compliment somebody. If you notice something great that they're doing, compliment them on it. If that's how you truly feel, give them a compliment. Pat them on the back a little bit. Buy them a coffee, buy them a beer, buy them, you know, a cupcake, for all I fucking care. You might make that person's day. You never know about that other person. Don't backbite them. Don't tear them down behind their backs. They will hear about it. They're good enough to be in the position they are. You should respect them. Just something to think about. I'll be back soon. Sooner than later, obviously, because again, I have more time to do these. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I love you guys. Something to think about. Something to think about. Everybody's favorite bad guy / good guy. Superman. Right? I'm not perfect. This is a sarcastic joke. And it was from an ex-girlfriend. Out. Remember, if you're working too hard, you're doing it wrong. Embrace the good. Embrace the good. I'll see you guys in the next one. I got a few more ideas coming up. Hope you didn't mind the last video I posted. I thought that was beautiful. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. The one just before this one. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm out of here. Bye.